Come on, Reds and Braves, score some runs. We got the over here. Welcome to Bet. He's Tyler Foljam. I'm Joe Fortenbaugh. These are the Link Studios overlooking Caesars Palace, and we welcome you back to the show. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with us. Some of you are checking us out on ESPN's Facebook page, the Twitter page, the ESPN app. All great ways to consume this product and this handsome mystique. It's his birthday tomorrow, by the way. It's his birthday tomorrow, by the way. I remembered.
25.
25 years of age. What a stud. But if you also want to consume us on ESPN's YouTube page, youtube.com/ESPN Sports Betting. It is where ESPN is going to house all of its sports betting content. So, youtube.com/ESPN Sports Betting. Subscribe,
reviews,
rate,
comments.
review, rate, subscribe, all that stuff. A lot to get to today. Basketball, baseball, football, game show activities, roulette bets. We've got all the technology in front of us. We are odds-on favorites to completely blow it. So wait, that's coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to start with how to survive your Eliminator pool. The two of us take very different approaches to this very fine game. The gentleman to my left, very, very good. 3-0 so far, surviving each and every week. The gentleman directly in front of you, wearing the black and green shirt, terrible. So bad at this game, in fact, I refuse to play it anymore. I am always picking losers. This is how bad I am. I've talked about this before.
I know this.
Eliminated in week 1, routinely. Very rarely do I make it to the month of October. September has been dreadful to me, so I don't think we need the violin music I'm hearing about here, although it is quite lovely.
It's appropriate.
Quite lovely.
I mean, it's actually more impressive to me that you've lost in week 1 3 of the last 5 seasons than my resume is. That I'm undefeated right now, that I actually think what you have accomplished is harder to do than getting picks right when it comes to the Eliminator pool or Survivor pool. So I'll gladly take it so far. These are the teams I've banked on, and hopefully my week 4 pick.
I'm noticing a trend there. I'm noticing a trend. Perhaps you have a strategy you'd like to share with the people.
Well, if you didn't know, I like picking on the New York Jets. I like picking on Adam Gase. This week, though, I'm feeling a little crazy because the Jets are playing maybe the only team in the NFL that's worse than them right now. Injuries playing a big part with that, the Denver Broncos. So I am not picking the Denver Broncos for my Survivor pool.
Interesting. Once the going gets tough, we're suddenly moving away from the fade the Jets strategy.
I am not doing that. I'm taking the other awful team in New York, the Giants. So they're traveling across country to SoFi Stadium to take on the Rams. Sean McVay, Jared Goff, and now Darrell Henderson have that offense humming, looking great.
Looking great.
Meanwhile, the offense for Joe Judge's Giants, no Saquon Barkley.
They stink.
Injuries at wide receiver. Their offensive line has been an issue, even though I invested in that. So I am going LA Rams. There's a head and heart component to this as a Rams fan.
You love the Rams,
but I do think they can handle easily the New York Giants, as 12 or 13.
I saw it as high as 13. And to be honest with you, they're coming off the loss too against Buffalo.
And they're going to want to get back on track.
You're going to get a focus effort this week.
The one team I want to avoid, or maybe encourage you to avoid if you're thinking about it, they're a home favorite. The Dallas Cowboys, home favorites against the Cleveland Browns. But, man, that Dallas defense scares me, Joe. So I would not be betting on Dallas in a
Stop. They looked great in Seattle last week.
I think that Cleveland offense can score, and Cleveland's defense is way better than Dallas's defense. So if Myles Garrett gets after Dak Prescott and they make some plays, again, I would pick Dallas to win, but I'm not nearly as confident as the FPI there. 67%? No. I got it closer to 52, 54%.
There's such a thing as a bad defense, and then there's the Dallas defense. The one where a guy like Russell Wilson drops back and the camera follows him, and then he unloads the ball, and you're like, this is going to be a deep shot, and you watch the ball, and you see a Seattle wide receiver running underneath the ball, and you see no Dallas defender anywhere in sight. And then Joe Buck and Troy Aikman dress them down for the performance.
That Baker Mayfield might do that a time or two with Odell Beckham.
There you go.
That's my fear.
All right, I like to pick teams to lose because I'm very good at that.
Now this is what you're good at. You got to find your niche.
I don't like to buy in with what everyone else is doing. People like you, you're smart. You go out there, you pick the winners. Anyone can pick a winner. I'm going to pick losers. I picked the Colts in week 1. That was when I was actually trying to survive.
But
got that one wrong, and they lost.
But you succeeded in losing.
Came back and took the Panthers to lose in week 2. They lost. Week 3 took the Washington football team to lose. They lost. This week we will be taking the Los Angeles Chargers to lose. They're 7-point underdogs. They are in Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Godwin's hurt. Some issues on the Tampa offense, but they're getting better each and every week. Brady's getting more and more comfortable. That defense is legit. They busted up Denver in a big way. I have no faith in Anthony Lynn's Chargers.
Okay.
Justin Herbert and that whole story was nice against Kansas City. They laid an egg last week against Carolina. No faith. The team that will lose this week, if you're looking for a loser, America, the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, speaking of losers, you and I are going to see who's the bigger loser as we are about to embark on a Thursday night football game between the Broncos and the Jets. We've got picks and props and all that in store for you. But these are two teams that used to mean something.
Yeah.
The Jets just as recently as Super Bowl III. You can remember it like it was yesterday. Joe Namath and the pantyhose. What a game. What a game with the guarantee. Meanwhile, the Broncos just a few years ago won a Super Bowl. They've got 3 to their credit, 2 of which came courtesy of John Elway, which leads us to game show time. The people said they want more game show.
Do you have the mic? I like when you get the mic out. We're playing a game show again today? Hot damn, it's going to be a good Thursday.
This game show is called... Yes, indeed. Big game.
So these
Big
are teams that used to play in the Super Bowl, but now play in the Thursday night Pooper Bowl.
That's one way to phrase it for the people at home. That's one way to phrase it. Here's what we're going to do. 4 questions each. We are going to share the microphone. I've got 4 questions for you. You have 4 questions
right
for me.
here.
The only criteria is this. The 4 years in which the Broncos and Jets won their Super Bowls. 1969 was the year the Jets won the Super Bowl. Now, the season was 1968, but they won it in 1969. So the only answers to these questions can be the 4 years in which the Broncos and Jets won their Super Bowls. So the answers, the only acceptable
4 possible answers.
1969, 1998, 1999, and 2016. If either one of us answers anything but that, they will be shown the door and probably asked to never come back.
We'll just stop. We'll stop the show. It's over, and one of us will be fired.
Now, here's the kicker. There's technology involved in this that we don't know how to use. So this is possibly going to go off the rails very quickly. So stay tuned to find out. That's part of the fun. Question number 1 is for you, fine sir.
Okay.
Are you ready with your little iPad there?
Ready.
What year did the city of San Diego host both a Super Bowl game and a World Series game? And I'm going to give you a hint.
It's on the board.
One of those 4.
So San Diego. Founded by the Germans.
Do not give me the German translation.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, let me make sure I get this right. I'm gonna go with that was 1999.
1999.
Oh gosh, gaskets.
You were just off. It was
98.
1998. The Broncos and the Packers.
I knew it was one of them.
Met in the Super Bowl. The Yankees and the Padres in the World Series. Now, we flicked that.
Martin
Here you
Daly.
go.
All right, question number 1 for you.
I am terrified. I am going to screw up with the technology. Ooh, let me get my little pen.
Get your pen ready.
Go ahead.
What year did the winning team's quarterback throw no touchdowns but 1 interception? Again, the question, what year did the winning team's quarterback throw not a single TD, but also had an interception?
Peyton Manning was awful this year. He was absolutely awful. Final answer.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding. Joe Fortin, the Fortenbaugh family on the board.
Very, very
2016.
proud of me. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you ever did, raising me to a point where I could answer that question correctly. It's domination right now.
Okay.
This is the literal definition of domination.
Utter domination. All right.
Question number 2. Are you ready? And by the way, kudos to you, sir. We both made it through question 1 without blowing it with the tech. Question number 2.
Okay.
What year did a 15-year veteran quarterback carry the team to victory?
Okay,
He was a 15-year veteran quarterback. Not to be confused with a rookie quarterback.
I missed it the first time, so I'm going to try it again. 1999, I'm guessing John Elway was a 15-year veteran that led his team to victory.
How about this guy? John Elway. Peyton Manning was an 18-year veteran when the Broncos won in 2016. To you, good sir.
Martin Daly. All right, question number 2 for you, Fortenbaugh.
Let me settle in. Let me feel it. I want to go zen here. I'm going to go zen.
What year did this quarterback win MVP of the Super Bowl but throw not a single touchdown pass? Question number 2. What year did this quarterback win MVP of the Super Bowl but not throw a single touchdown pass?
I feel like Elway threw some touchdown passes. I'm going to go with old Joe and his guarantee. Up the tech. Come on, Joe. You can do it. You
Joe Fortenbaugh is naming Joe Namath, and that is correct. 1969, Joe Namath. No TDs, no interceptions, but one big fat guarantee.
How do you win a Super Bowl MVP as a quarterback without throwing a single touchdown?
I think there was, I think
200
there was
yards in that game.
19 total points scored in the game, so they probably should have given it to a kicker.
Question number 3
Okay, let me
for
get
Tyler
that out
Fulgham. Michael Edward Tyler Fulgham.
That's it. That's the government name. Thanks for sharing.
Which year? That's the social. Give us that social security number and we'll have everything we need. Which year did both teams go into the Super Bowl with matching 14-2 records?
Matching
Both
14 and 2 records.
Participated in this Super Bowl somewhere in here had matching 14-2 records. And spoiler, 14-2, very good record.
I'm gonna. It's not 2016, so I'm gonna cross that off. It's not 1969. They didn't play enough games.
Here we go.
It was Denver at 14-2, and was it the Packers at 14-2 or the Falcons at 14-2?
I'm hoping he gets it wrong.
I believe it was the Falcons that were 14-2, and that was 1998.
Oh no.
9?
You had the team. It was the Falcons.
99.
It was the Falcons. I'm gonna admit I was rooting against you on that one. Just that one. I
couldn't remember what year they played the Packers and what year they played the Falcons. God gravy.
You had to, I was like, if you got the Falcons, he's got it.
Well, I just didn't know the year. Okay. Fortenbaugh to go 3 for 3. The one and only year where opposing QBs were the #1 pick in their respective draft class was 69, 98, 99, or 2016.
Oh, yeah, piece of cake, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, Elway, yes, but Brett Favre, no. I'm going back and forth. Atlanta was Chris Chandler. Was he the quarterback of the Falcons? And I don't know, but Cameron Newton.
Yes, he was.
And Peyton Manning, 2016.
2016.
Show me squid. Show me squid.
Correct.
Show me squid.
Fortenbaugh on fire today.
This is my game.
Are we gonna double down in the on the 4th question?
No, because there's a trick probably coming. All right, question number 4 for Tyler Fulgham. What year did the winning quarterback have a passer rating of 83.3?
83.
Very specific question. The winning quarterback had a passer rating of 83.3.
That is rich. That's like okay. It's not bad. It's not in the 50s or 60s.
83.3, not very
I'll
impressive.
guess Joe Namath. If you have no touchdown passes and no interceptions, that's probably about 80. So
Look
Joe
at you.
Namath. All right, there we go.
Look at you. Very nicely done.
I got
Very
halfway.
nicely done.
I got halfway home.
2 for 2.
All right,
That's not too bad. 2
Fortenbaugh.
for 4. You'd be batting 500
All right,
if you go to
Weimer.
the World Series.
I hope you made this question hard for Joe here because we don't need him going 4 for 4. All right, to go undefeated 4 for 4, Joe Fortenbaugh. Which year did the Super Bowl win snap a 13-year losing streak for AFC teams? In what year did the Super Bowl win snap a 13-year losing streak?
We can go ahead
the
and
American
take
Football Conference.
1969 off the list since it was Super Bowl III. 2016 was not the answer either. You had the Patriots in there, but you also had the Seahawks and the Broncos winning back-to-back. It can't be 99, so it's 98.
Process of
the
elimination.
Niners, the Cowboys, all the greatness that took place right there. Show it to me.
Wow. Joe Fortenbaugh.
That's a roulette chip.
There's a roulette chip.
Roulette chip, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
The
for
champion.
playing along. That feels good. That feels
keep this.
real good. I gotta tell you, you're gonna keep that? It feels nice. Doesn't it feel powerful
I might just
to have the Bob Barker microphone?
Whenever
I might
I-
just walk around the street with it.
Whenever you ask a question the rest of the show, I'm just going to use that to answer it.
All right, the actual game. Suddenly, it's not. If you think Broncos Jets is going to be as fun as that just was, well, it could be because that's why we gamble and why we play fantasy. You couldn't play fantasy on that, although maybe we can figure out something down the road. Here we go. Is this game for the right to Trevor Lawrence? You have 2 very bad football teams in this one, but you do not have the only bad football teams. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback at Clemson. Everyone believes he's going to be the #1 overall pick. Is this for the rights to Trevor Lawrence?
I think so. As of right
I take you so much more seriously.
As of right now, according to Football Outsiders DVOA, defensive adjusted value over average, the New York Jets are the 2nd worst team in the NFL. The worst team in the NFL is the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos are beset by more injuries than I think any other team, even the San Francisco 49ers. So I think these are, at least through 3 weeks, the trend is showing us they are the 2 worst teams in the National Football League. I think the Giants are going to be competing as well, but it begs the question, would these teams, either of them, draft Lawrence? I think Lawrence is a better pro prospect than both Darnold and Drew Lock, but they just invested the Jets, a very premium first-round pick, and Lock was, 4-1 last year with the Denver Broncos. Obviously hurt this year and hasn't been able to get gelled with all those weapons that they've added, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler to Cortland Sutton, who's hurt. So I wonder if the Denver Broncos had the first pick. Would John Elway invest in Trevor Lawrence?
John Elway, absolutely. John Elway's on the high. He won that Super Bowl, but he hasn't done much since then. He's got all these weapons at wide receiver. They brought in Melvin Gordon. Quarterback would be the play for the Jets. Give Darnold something to see what you have. You've given him bad coaching. You've given him no talent.
Agreed.
I do believe, though, how do you pass on it? Just like the Arizona Cardinals. Right here, what's that say?
Bet.
I'm going to give you
got
one.
a bet?
I'm going to give you a bet for tonight.
Give me a bet, Joe.
I'm betting gangrene. I'm playing the New York Jets tonight. It's all about the situation here. Historically, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a really bad spot for the road team. The Denver Broncos, on a very short week, have to come 2 time zones across the country to take on the Jets. A litany of injuries up and down the board. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to hold my nose.
How do you feel?
I'm going to take my antacids, and I'm going to play the New York Jets. I don't feel good.
How do you feel back in
Not
Adam
good.
Gase and the New York Jetropolitans?
It's like going to the dentist. You know it's good for you, but you don't enjoy it.
Thursday is my Friday. The weekend's almost here for me, so I'm feeling some type of way.
All right, here we go.
Some type of way. My picks this week, Joe, as you know, haven't been that great, whether it's been NFL,
Shake that off right now.
NBA, and or Major League Baseball. So I'm feeling a little loco. I'm feeling a little crazy. Some might call it desperation. Desperation is a stinky cologne, my friend.
I smelled something in here.
I'm bathing all up in that Adam Gase, Ode Gase, and Greg Williams, okay? I got a couple of bets in this game.
Ode Gase and Greg Williams.
I'm going to try and get tremendous value, tremendous return on investment with these picks because my selections this week have been so bad to get us back. Our unit back up. Okay, I got an alternate line for the Broncos because of all those injuries on offense. No Drew Lock, no Cortland Sutton. No Cortland Sutton. Philip Lindsay likely not going to play. Their top 2 tackles, Juwan James, opted out. Elijah Wilkinson, he's on the IR as well. Plus 250 is the value I'm getting on holding the Broncos under 14.5 points.
Team total.
Yes, a team total. Can Greg Williams hold this Broncos team under 14.5 points? If they get 2 touchdowns, great. I still win. But I get $2.50 for every one invested. And then finally,
I like that.
Feeling even more crazy, feeling even more loco. Give me some more Ode Gase. Plus 150 on Sam Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Why? Denver, as wrecked as they are on offense, is even worse on defense. No Von Miller, no Boye, no Mark Barron, no Jarrell Casey. It's an absolute you-know-what show over there. So for a pass-funnel defense like Denver, I think Darnold can get at least 2 touchdown passes in this game.
I'm going to give you a little something on top, and I like both of those. Noah Fant, tight end out of Iowa, plays for the Denver Broncos. Yes. Over under 45.5 receiving yards. I'm going over for 2 key reasons. One, he's done it in every game so far this season. Every game so far this season, he's averaging 61 receiving yards per game. But the key is Brett Rippon, the rookie quarterback with no NFL experience whatsoever, taking over for Denver tonight. They love to throw to those security blankets. Noah Fant is the tight end.
Fant's good.
Tight ends are the security blankets. Make you feel warm at night. Over 45.5 receiving yards for Noah Fant. Moving on.
Whew. All right, Jets, Broncos.
The Miami Heat.
Saddle in.
We were pretty fond of them coming into the series. We thought maybe they'd make some noise, and that was a good old-fashioned
butt whooping.
That was a beatdown last night. The Lakers defeat the Heat in Game 1, 116-98. It's an 18-point blowout, and the Heat losing a variety of players throughout the course. It was a disaster, but it's only one game.
True.
It's only one game. Yep. So what did last night tell us about the Lakers?
I probably not overestimated, but in my zeal, in my fervor for the ways and my enthusiasm for the ways in which Miami's defense and personnel and scheme could match up with the Lakers, I forgot how good the Lakers defense was. Frank Vogel is known as defensive specialist, and he has the best single defensive player in the universe on his team in Anthony Davis, a former 4-time or 3-time defensive player of the year in Dwight Howard, and the ultimate free safety in LeBron James. Good perimeter defenders in KCP, Alex Caruso, Danny Green. This is a team that for the entire year was one of the best defensive teams in the entire NBA, and I think I took for granted that, oh man, maybe Bam can slow down AD and they can throw all these bodies at LeBron. But Frank Vogel and the Lakers can throw a lot of bodies at Bam, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, and make their life miserable. So I think that's probably where I was foolish in handicapping and looking at this series, because not only are the two best players on the floor will be Lakers, now there's injuries, and oh yeah, the Lakers probably have the better defense. As great as Miami's is, the Lakers probably have the better defense, and the old adage, what wins championships?
Defense is what they say. Right here. What are you thinking?
I mean, the rest of the series.
Any feel for what you want to do in game 2?
Especially with the injuries now, the rest of the series, I'm probably just going to bet the Lakers. If they're 8-point favorites, I believe, in game 2.
8-point favorites.
So I'm probably just going to bet the Lakers because Goran Dragic, who'd been the leading scorer for Miami in these playoffs, likely not going to play. And even if he does, less than 100%. Same might be the case for Bam Adebayo, who's more likely to play. Jimmy Butler might be banged up as well. So I don't like Miami's chances anymore.
All right, Lakers -8. I find myself leaning to the under. Leaning to the under in game 2. Played the under in game 1. Yay, got one right. Every now and again, I'll get one of those. Game 2, I find myself thinking about the same thing. A lot of great shooting in that first half last night.
Yeah.
A lot of great shooting. Not sure if that's going to sustain throughout. We're talking about defense on both sides, the injuries to the Heat. I don't think the pace is going to be as quick as we saw in game 1. The Lakers were really pushing the tempo down the floor. Right. I'm going to play the under. It's not a game I love. I want to make that very clear. Not one I love, but I want some action, and I am contractually obligated.
I feel if I have to go either way, I would go under as well for game 2, just because Miami's losing such key pieces to their offense, and that's probably going to make them want to slow the game down. Less possessions, more likely to keep it close with the Lakers than running up and down the floor and letting AD and LeBron get loose.
Major League Baseball time. The playoffs are underway. Action all day long. Action as we speak. Literally, we're trying to talk to you. I'm trying to get a look at what the Braves and the Reds are doing because I have it over there. Maybe if somehow that steps up on your phone while I'm talking, I'll filibuster. You can give me a score. Maybe we keep it moving a little bit. Producer telling me 0-0 bottom 4. Didn't want to hear that. You could have lied. I need runs. Tell me it's 10-9.
We've had a grand
And then when I come out, I'll figure out what happened.
3 hits in the game so far.
Okay, so moving along. Let me gather because I don't feel very good about the way that game's going. I'll tell you who feels worse. Fans of the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah,
18 straight postseason losses. 18 straight postseason losses.
The Minnesota Twins are the Joe Fortenbaugh of Survivor Series, or of the Survivor pick when it comes to the postseason. This is literally more impressive than anything like. I don't know if Washington's not going to go back-to-back, but let's say the Yankees, for instance, win every single game in this postseason. This is more impressive that the Twins have lost 18 straight playoff games. How? Don't get it.
I'm not. It hurt a little bit that you brought me into that, but at the same time, I admire it because it's a very accurate analogy.
Do you like this back?
You've earned it.
Feel better?
No, you've earned it. You've earned that mic. You're doing a really nice job. You keep that mic. The Rays, the Yanks, the Astros all advance in sweeps.
Yeah.
Is it called a sweep if you win 2 games?
No, I don't like that.
A lot of people calling it sweeps. I find myself a little irritated every time I'm like, it's not really a sweep.
More of a dusting.
Little dusting?
It's just a little minor dusting. just taking a little dusting to the
Clayton Kershaw is going to go tonight, and we all know about the history of the regular season. Very, very good. The history of the postseason, not so much. Nicht so gut, as they would say in German. 9-11 with is this 4.43 ERA in the postseason. Huge favorites tonight to finish thing off. Huge favorites. What do you make of it? Kershaw, can you get behind him tonight? It's a major price.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get behind him at the price. I may actually try the run line to get a little bit better value on the Dodgers because I do think...
Which is laying 1.5 runs.
Laying 1.5, right. Covering the spread in baseball, laying 1.5 runs, I'll get a little bit better value because I do think Kershaw's going to be better this postseason. He was great this year, and he's not going to be as tired going into the postseason maybe as he was in other years where he had to pitch for 6 months rather than 2.5 condensed months, whatever it is. And I do think the Dodgers have the bullpen to, once he gets through 2 times through the order, not allow him to get that 3rd time through the order. And they're playing a Brewers offense that stinks. Yeah. Christian Yelich, where'd you go? The biggest bat in that order, not been good this year, and this is a team that's ranked in bottom 5 in Major League Baseball in all those key statistical categories when it comes to hitting. So
WOBA being a big one.
Slugging, OPS,
WOBA.
ISO. Everything that no matter which way you want to slice it, the Brewers can't hit. So that's why I would probably lay the wood in terms of the run line -1.5 for the Dodgers because I think they'll beat up on whoever's pitching for the Brewers. Doesn't matter. Brandon Woodruff is good though. Brandon Woodruff is pitching. He's good, but the Dodgers mash like an American League team in the NL.
You took the Dodgers and the White Sox to meet in the World Series when we spoke a few days ago prior to the start of the playoffs.
Still alive, aren't I?
You sticking with it?
Still alive, aren't I?
If I gave you an option to make any changes you want, free pass.
What kind of flip-flopper do you think I am?
Well, that's going to be me because I had the all Ohio battle, and we couldn't even get to a situation where I was even thinking about the second round. Thank you very much, Cleveland Indians, for just getting washed out of the playoffs as fast as possible. I also have the Reds, so I'm in major danger of getting knocked out of this.
By the way, those
about 3 days.
Those red leggings have one of the 3 hits in this game
That's
so
good.
far.
That's good. I'm excited about that. What I need is 8 runs, and it doesn't feel like I'm going to get there today. I'm going to make an adjustment. If I'm given the opportunity to bail on the all-Ohio pick, which was a huge mistake to begin with, you know what? The Yankees knocked me out in the AL. I'll just take the Yankees. I'll do what Pedro Martinez did. Tip my hat and call them my dad.
Okay, so are you going to
This isn't live, is it?
Are you going to stick with the Reds, though, from coming out of the NL? Or are you going
They're still technically alive. I'll stay with the Reds in the National League at the moment. Once they're officially done in about
You'll go to Yankees
90
Dodgers?
minutes, I'll go to Yankees Dodgers, yeah. And I'll make it seem like I'm such a genius when we get to the World Series. Like, I called this. I called this like a half week into the playoffs that this was going to happen when my original picks were both eliminated. Guess what?
I need White Sox today in Game 3, and let's have Kershaw close it out.
White Sox A's has been a good series.
Yeah, it has.
Really good series. All right, it's Thursday. Every Thursday on this fine program, what we like to do is something called the, there you see it.
Parlay to paradise.
That's nice.
Pack your bags, we'll make it nice.
Again, nice. I would sit here and make a joke if I could, but that's a nice, it gets me feeling pretty good about this.
Falsetto going.
What doesn't make me feel good is we're not doing very well on this. The whole point of this is to put a little money down, pick a bunch of games, 9 teams. He picks 4, I pick 4, and then we have a celebrity guest come in, and we try to make a ton of money. And here's last week's results. As some of you who have been following us for a while have probably noticed,
Stanford Steve helped us out last week, huh? Well, he didn't help us out.
Stanford Steve did not help us out. He made a pick, celebrity, the term defined very loosely there. He went ahead and lost. I lost too. You see the question mark there for Kansas City, Baltimore, because that was a Monday night game. That was a loser as well. Thanks a lot for not kicking the field goal at the end, Andy. Thanks a lot. How do you feel about your
I feel
picks?
good. I had 2 of 4, 50%. So let's try and this week at least get up to a 75% of my portion being correct.
All right, let's ramp it up. Now we're going to start with you. You've got 4 picks for us this week. Let's take a look at the 4 picks. Let's dissect the 4 picks. Let's get a real good feel for each game you are going to lose on this.
All right, I'm going to start with a game that's going to be played later today in Major League Baseball.
Ooh, today? Yeah. We're starting today?
How about the St. Louis Cardinals jumping out to a 1-0 lead on the Padres in that series? Now they have Adam Wainwright going against Zach Davies in Game 2. And the Padres' edge in this series would have been their pitching with Denilson Lamet and Mike Clevenger, but those 2 guys aren't even on the roster. So now they're on their 3rd, 4th, and 5th pitchers against the Cardinals' offense, not very good. But now that advantage negated by the fact that the Padres haven't been able to use their best pitchers. Adam Wainwright, how good has he been at age 87 this year?
He doesn't end. Him and Verlander, they just don't end.
The Cardinals have never lost to the
Verlander.
Padres in a playoff series. I think that trend continues. And you would say, well, when was the last time they played him? 2006? We got Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina was on that team. So the battery today, I think they get the win at plus 146. Another underdog, I'm taking the money line in the NFL. Jags plus 150 at Cincinnati.
10 days rest.
Bounce back.
That's all I can give you on that.
10 days rest and go against a bad defense, and Gardner Minshew lights them up.
There you go.
My Rams, minus 12 against the Giants. I think they cover that easily. We know the Giants are awful. They can't score. The Rams have the best offense in the NFL, according to Football Outsiders DVOA. And my final pick, Colts and Bears under 43.5. These are 2 of the top 6 defenses in Football Outsiders DVOA. Indy number 1, Chicago number 6, and they both like to run at a snail's pace.
I like where you're at. Show me the Fort and Ball foursome. Here we go. The 4-and-ball foursome. This is what we're going to get going with this week. Going to the college gridiron. Texas, dramatic comeback over Texas Tech. Major letdown spot. Gary Patterson and TCU give the Longhorns trouble every year. Iowa State, similar situation. This line has plummeted to 7. Matt Campbell at Iowa State gives Oklahoma fits. In the NFL, I'm going to that Colts game as well. Nick Foles, great as a backup. Not so good as a starter. Chicago at 3-0, a little shaky. And then the Cleveland Browns. I hate to do it. I said I would never bet them again after losing their last game. Here I am. I wish I could quit you.
I'm saying.
Show us the graphic.
I think they can
Show us the full thing. And
on Dallas.
yeah, well, we'll see. They'll
Anita
find
Marks
a way.
is our
Anita Marks.
celeb today.
She's got the.
I like that. Seattle, Miami over.
Yeah, well, defense optional in that game.
Russ should bring about 35 points to that equation. Can Fitzpatrick bring the rest?
I mean, does Russ make mistakes?
No, not yet.
It doesn't seem like it.
yet.
All right.
Okay, so almost 30 large.
28,000.
30 large. If you put
370
50 on this, parlay
48
the
cents. Anita gets none of it. That's part of the deal. You make the pick, you get your name promoted.
Yeah,
That's it.
And when we're in
Branding.
when we're in Fiji or when we're in Hawaii,
Bora Bora.
we'll send Anita a picture.
We will.
A lovely picture together on the beach.
Separate tweets. Separate tweets. That's it. Happy birthday to this guy
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Thank
you
you.
for tuning in,
I won't be
everyone.
here.
Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the games this weekend. We will see you back here Monday.
Have a great day, everyone.